everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bellsleeves. If you are seeing me for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. In my last tutorial, I shared with you guys how to make a long pencil skirt, and I promised that I will share a tutorial for the crop top with a bell sleeve that has a V shape at the end. I love the fact that you can wear it with a trouser as well. So if you are interested in learning how to make this, keep on watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit on the subscribe button and let's get started. So guys, this is the fabric I'm going to be using to make this top. If you want to make the top and a skirt, you will need to use at least 3 to 3.5 yards. But if you're only going to be making the top, 2 yards of fabric or 1.5 yards should be enough depending on your size. I'm going to be drafting the pattern on my actual fabric. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into 2, just the way you see me doing. After folding it, I'm going to measure out my bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches for sewing allowance. The next thing I'm going to do is to draw a starting line at the top, which will serve as my shoulder line. From the shoulder line, I measure down to 10 inches, which is my bust point. And from that line again, I came down to mark the length of my top, which is 17 inches. Remember, it's a crop top, and I added extra 1 inch to it as my sewing allowance. The length of the top is totally dependent on you and what you want. You can actually make it way longer than what I have here. After that, I'm going to rule a line across this point. On the shoulder line, I went ahead to divide my shoulder measurement by 2 and mark it. Now I'm going to come down from this point by 1 inch to get my shoulder loop, and from this point here I will connect it to the shoulder line. The next thing to determine is my armhole depth. For that, take your bust measurement, divide it by 6 and add 1.5 inches to that. So my bust measurement is 37 inches divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches equals to 7.6. So I have 7.6 inches for mine. I made a point and draw a line to meet the shoulder loop. After that, I'm going to rule a straight line across, and this line here will be my chest line. Now I'm going to divide what I have here and divide it into 2 just to get my midpoint. So from the midpoint, I'm going to go in by half an inch. Now on the chest line here, I'm going to divide my bust measurement divided by 4 and mark it. After that, I'm going to connect these 3 points together just to get my armhole. On the chest line again, I'm going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4 and add an extra 2 inches for stitching allowance. Because this top is not going to have a zipper, so I need it to be free on my body. 1 inch is going to be for heels and the remaining 1 inch is for sewing allowance. Now on this end of the blouse, instead of using my waist measurement divided by 4, I'm going to remove 1 inch from the measurements I had on the chest line, and that's 11.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 10.5 here at the waistline. And as you can see, I'm just joining the lines together. Now guys, from this shoulder line here, I'm going to come in by how deep I want my neckline to be. So I came in by 3.5 inches and I'm going down by 3.5 inches as well. Go in by 3.5 inches and come down by 3.5 inches. You will notice that this neckline is very high, but if you want yours to be wider and deeper, please go ahead and add more inches. So as you can see, I just created a round neckline. I added half an inch for stitching allowance to this area, and for the armhole, I didn't add any stitching allowance. After that, I will go ahead and cut this out. After I was done cutting it, I'm going to go ahead and use this front piece to cut another piece that I'm going to use as the back, and I've folded it into 2 as well. I'm going to cut it out exactly how it is in the front piece. So both the front and the back are going to have the same neckline. This is what I had after I was done cutting it. Like I said before, the front and the back have the same neckline. So this is basically all for the drafting of this simple top. Now for the sleeve, this fabric here has already been folded into 4 because I want to cut out the 2 sleeves together, and it's about 12 inches wide. You can make it smaller if you want to, you can make it bigger. Just make sure your fabric is as wide as possible depending on how big you want it to be. So I'm going to draw a starting line. And I will come down here by 4 inches and draw a straight line across. Now I will measure the full length of my sleeve, which is 22 inches, and I added extra 1 inch for stitching allowance. On this line here, I'm going to divide my armhole measurement divided by 2, which is 16 divided by 2 will give me 8, and I'm going to be adding extra 1 inch to it and mark. Then I will use my free hand to make a curve just the way you see me doing. Now I'm going to draw a slant line from the armhole area all the way to meet the end of the sleeve. So go ahead and do this. So this is basically how to draft a bell sleeve. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out.
invisible. Feel you when there's no one around.
Now to get the V shape we are trying to create at the end of the sleeve, so I'm going to come up by 2 inches, and from this 2 inches point I'm going to connect a slant to meet the end of my sleeve. You can go up by 1.5 inches or 2 inches or 2.5 inches, but 2.5 inches should be the least it should go so that it won't be too much. But what I use for mine is 2 inches, and as you can see I just cut it out. So guys, this is basically all for the drafting of the bell sleeve. You can see how easy it is. Moving ahead, the next thing I'm going to do now is to start joining the pieces right side facing each other. So I just place the shoulder part together like this. You can go ahead and hold it down with your pin, and I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch it up here and here. So this is what it looks like after stitching. The next thing we're going to work on now is the neck area, and I'm going to go ahead now and use my bias tape to pipe the neckline. You can first of all pin it all the way around the neckline before stitching it down. This is what I had after I was done piping the neckline for both the front and the back. It's exactly the same thing. The next thing we're going to work on is to hem the end of the sleeve, and for this I'm going to fold it up once and fold it again, as you can see. So I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch it all the way to the end, and I'll repeat the same process for the other sleeve as well. After I was done hemming the end of the both sleeve, this is what I had. The next thing I'm going to do is to attach the sleeve to the top itself, and I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch it down with about 1/2 inch all the way around. After I was done doing that, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to head over to the sewing machine again and stitch down the side from the sleeve all the way to the end with about 1 inch, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. After that, I'm going to hem the end of the top. So guys, I'm done stitching down the side, and this is what it looks like. This is the final look of my top after I was done making it. You can see how beautiful it looks on me, and it looks better when you wear it on a trouser or a short pencil skirt. It fits perfectly, and I love how the bell sleeve give it that extra flair. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and please hit on the subscribe button. See you guys in my next video. Bye.